What's going on, guys? It's Jaron and Chris. We're here with another WearTesters Trash Talk. Today we're going to be talking about a hot topic, and that is who is the best player in the NBA. For people who don't know, on game days, big game days, like TNT, ESPN, or NBA Fan Night, I run the WearTesters Instagram, and I do a lot of interaction with the fans. And a lot of the recent big games have involved the Warriors, which involves Stephen Curry going off, doing what he does. Look, if Kawhi went off last night, I would have posted something about Kawhi.
Yeah.
But the matter of fact is, he didn't, okay? The Spurs and Warriors played last night. Curry went for 37 and 28.
Side note, did you see when Steph juked him?
Yeah, the V cut. Then he got the ball, and then he juked him again.
Curry around Kawhi Leonard. He lost him and hit a three.
Kawhi slipped in the 29 lows, which I said didn't have as great traction as the mids.
And those are brand spanking new pair too.
On a clean
for
ass
this
court.
game.
Yeah.
So
just saying, Nightwing knows hashtag.
So I posted twice on occasion, last night and a couple nights before, asking the question, is Steph Curry the best player in the game now?
Which is a rhetorical question.
Right. And a lot of people took it as if I was saying that he was an all-time great, top 5, top 3, whatever. I didn't ask that. I asked the league right now.
You got to read what's written, and nowhere in there did anything say greatest of all time.
Yeah, and a lot of people commented, whoa, slow down, greatest of all. No, I asked in the league right now.
Yeah, nobody said it.
And even the people who did understand the question beg to differ about Steph being the best player in the NBA.
It's funny about that because when we posted the little video saying like who do you got, the best in the West finally goes down tonight. Warriors versus Spurs. Who do you guys got? Let us know in the comment section below. Hashtag DubNation, baby.
Gotta go Spurs.
Spurs. Just kidding. Warriors.
The Warriors.
Come on, Warriors. I'll take Warriors.
Warriors!
And I had introed the whole video because this is a fact. This is not an opinion. The two best in the West, right?
Yeah.
Spurs and Warriors.
Yeah.
They're the two best teams in the West. This is not my opinion. That's an actual fact. If you look at stats and rankings, the two best teams, and this kid was like actually the best in, and I was just kind of like, where'd you get your are you watching Skip Bayless? Like where are you getting your info from?
Don't take this personally, but I don't understand what people are watching when they tell us that Curry isn't the best player in the league right now.
I don't know why people take that actual fact personally. That's the thing.
I know, but
I'm a Kobe fan, so f*** all y'all and all this other shit. Kobe's the best, LeBron's the best, Kyrie's the best, Curry sucks, yada, yada, yada. But stats don't lie, dude.
Here's the thing. A lot of the argument...
Curry's number one in every category.
In everything. So,
he does it with playing the least amount of minutes.
Least amount of minutes, I know. He sat 13 whole fourth quarters this season so far.
That's crazy.
Not 1 second played in the fourth quarter 13 times.
Not even the greatest of all times.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about Jordan. I'm talking about the all-time greats.
So when we ask, is he the best player in the league right now? A lot of the arguments are for Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. And then Curry's that fifth guy. But those 5 guys, people duke it out amongst those 5. Now, let me tell you something. Who
was the 5 again?
It was Westbrook, Durant, LeBron, Kawhi, and Curry. I don't understand what you guys are watching. Yes, Westbrook is a beast.
Without Serge Ibaka, here's Westbrook with a vicious slam.
But the boy does not have a skill. He needs to get one fast because those legs won't hold up for very long.
I was just going to say, you can break each of those guys down by a style.
Yeah,
Westbrook's the most dynamic player. Dynamic, meaning that dude's just all over the place. It's dynamic. It's crazy to watch.
I disagree. I think he gets away with pure explosiveness.
That's called dynamic.
Dynamic is LeBron. LeBron is big.
I consider that dominant.
No, dynamic and dominant. Look, Westbrook gets away.
Explosive.
Westbrook gets away with being faster, jumping higher, and playing harder. That won't last. We saw it happen with Steve Francis.
Well, Steve
Francis is not as good as Westbrook. I'm not saying that.
Vince Carter, McGrady, all of these guys.
Even McGrady translated.
Kenyon Martin.
I know.
That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, but like a point guard version.
Cincinnati Kenyon.
First of all, Tracy McGrady translated a lot better. He actually became a legit scorer, skilled player. But Westbrook does not have a skill. He's just pretty good at a lot of stuff.
He's a good all-around
So
guy.
I can't give him the crown of best player. Not only is he literally second behind Steph in almost every stat you want to count, but also, like I say, he just doesn't have a skill. And then you go to Durant.
Dallas after his last 2 performances. Durant! Oh! And a foul!
He's what I would call versatile.
Durant is like the newer Melo. Melo was at a point where he was the best scorer in the game.
I was just thinking about Melo the other day, and I was like, what happened to him, dude?
He's doing good. He's just not
no, but nobody's talking about him.
I know.
He used to be in
because
every conversation.
Durant is the new.
I guess maybe that's it.
There was a time in the league, if I were to pick a one-on-one tournament, I probably would have went with Melo.
Yeah,
I would have went with Melo because he is so big, strong, and fast.
There was a point where that fool would chuck up anything.
I know.
It would go in.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this guy's one of the best shooters I've seen until
I would say
Curry
like
comes along.
2008 to like 2010 was like
right towards his tail end of Denver and early New York.
Yeah,
he was like unstoppable.
I would take him
one-on-one
against anyone. But now that's Durant. Now it's Durant.
True.
And a one-on-one. I mean,
it's almost a 7-footer, bro.
It's
you're
hard
not going nowhere.
It's hard to not pick Durant. But again, Durant, it's been the same thing with him for the past 5 years. Can he make plays for his teammates? And in the past 5 years, he has not shown the ability to really make plays.
And to pause on that, people are going to start plugging in key moments in the keyboard right now. Consistency. One play out of X amount of games doesn't count. It means that you showed a sign of that this is something that you can take on, right?
Yeah.
You have to be able. Stephen Curry's ball handling, for example. Was he like this? Was he balling like this as his rookie year? No. You know what I mean? Like, this dude worked on this attribute.
I know. And
so that's what you got to have consistency. You can't just be like, whoa, in this game versus this team against this player, Durant did this. Great. Do it every night.
When I watch the Thunder and I see them dump the ball to Durant, my thought is, okay, he's going to shoot this. I don't get the feeling like I do with Steph. When Steph has the ball, I go, okay, the Warriors are going to get a bucket here. You know what I mean?
But not just that, but it's like when Steph gets the ball, what's he going to do this time?
Yeah, no, but what I mean is, I don't think, okay, Steph is going to score on this. I think that the Warriors are going to score. I don't get the feeling of Durant.
Yeah, no, I agree. And against the Spurs, Curry was playmaking.
Yeah, and he only had 2 assists, but we don't count hockey assists. Or 2 or 3 assists.
That's not his fault. But
they don't count hockey assists. He would lead the league in hockey assists, no doubt.
He was single-handedly breaking down defense.
Yes.
And then dishing that ball somewhere.
That's the thing. That's why I can't give Durant the best player in the league. I can give him the best scorer in the league because...
And all of these guys that we listed are great players.
Oh, absolutely.
And so that's something that, again, these guys are... Not these guys, but the fans or whatever that watch, not our fans, but the player fans, get so defensive.
I know.
You know, and it's just so strange. It's almost like the sneaker thing. You gotta open your mind a little bit.
When we ask a question, we like to answer it. So we're asking who the best player in the league is now. I'm not gonna name 5, 6, 7 players. I'm gonna name one, maybe 2.
This isn't one of my answers.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, so we knocked Westbrook, we knocked Durant. Now, let's go to Kawhi.
Westbrook on the move, stripped by Leonard.
Now, I looked it up. I looked this up, Chris.
Just before you say anything, Kawhi is a beast.
He's a beast. He's one of my favorite players in the league. He's bringing cornrows back.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes, he is. Those things are tight.
Not for me, but this guy is good.
Okay, he's good. But, Chris, let me tell you something.
I'm not saying he's the best. I'm just saying I'm impressed with him.
Let me tell you something. He's Scottie Pippen without a Jordan.
I was going to say that's who he reminds me of.
He's 100. Look at the stats. It's Scottie Pippen from 93 to 95.
Yeah.
The stats are identical with inflated three-pointers because of the game change.
Well, yeah.
But the stats are identical. Identical.
The kid reminded me, I'm glad you said it, because every time I compare somebody to someone else, everybody's like, no, what are you talking about?
No, he's Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, this dude reminds me of Pippen.
But not Pippen with Jordan. Pippen in 93, 95.
Well, yeah, but just Pippen. Everybody is like, oh, this, you know what I mean? It's like when it's convenient for them to bring up an argument. It's either like solo or together. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're just talking about the one dude. Everything from his style of play to the fucking hands that he has.
I know. Yeah.
He's a clone. Like it's crazy.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I think if Kawhi keeps playing the way he is, he could he could probably be better than Scottie Pippen.
Definitely.
As a player.
No, well, dude, the kid's like 23 or 24 right now.
Finals MVP
and he's already at that. Like, come on, dude. Like, Pippen went and hella fast.
I was surprised with the arguments for Kawhi to be the best player in the league. I was surprised how many people actually thought that. I want to ask you a question. He's putting up the same stats that Pippen did without Jordan, but no one was calling Pippen the best player in the league when he was doing that.
No.
Hakeem Olajuwon was the best player from 93 to 95. I'm not even going to argue with you because all these old guys say, you know, if Jordan wasn't around, we would have won a chip. Well, guess what? Jordan wasn't around for 2 seasons, and guess who won a chip?
Only dude was Hakeem. Yeah.
Only Hakeem. So Hakeem was the best player in the league at that time.
My main thing with the argument of who is the current best player right now, not of all time, just right now, is that just stats just don't lie.
Stats don't lie.
They do not lie. You cannot be number one in everything and not be number one.
I know. I mean, Curry's putting up
that doesn't make no sense.
Curry's putting up the second best player efficiency rating so far this season behind Wilt Chamberlain, who was playing against 5'9" white dudes.
Yeah, like you see how like I was labeling each of these styles of these 5 players. Curry, that is exactly how I would describe him, as he is efficient. The kid gets it done everywhere. Even in last year, I wasn't bagging on him, but I was saying how his defense could be a little bit better.
He's got 2 steals a game.
Yeah, it's still like he's improved.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? He's not a great like on ball defender where he's gonna like cover you to where you're just annoyed. He's the Iverson in that passing lane defender where he's just kind of there. He's annoying as shit.
Right. So I mean, look, Kawhi is great, but I can name 6 players I'd rather have take the last shot than Kawhi. I mean, I could. I mean, look, Durant,
I was
Curry,
gonna say, name everybody on the list but him.
LeBron,
that's who you'd have.
Boogie, Paul George. There's 5. Chris
Paul. You'd rather give DeMarcus Cousins the ball?
Dude, he went for 59 last night.
But he's a big motherfucker, though.
But he shoots threes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I must have missed that.
Look, Kawhi's great, absolutely great, but best player in the league, he's Pippen with no Jordan right now. Okay, next, LeBron.
Still good, though.
LeBron. Okay, LeBron was the best player in the league for a long time. But he does.
I've always thought that he's a little overrated.
I know, but the consensus, if it was like the presidential election, he would be president of the NBA.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
but that's a
majority vote.
Going back though, his stats didn't lie. He was the number 1.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to give it to Curry.
And the argument a lot of people give for LeBron is that look at what LeBron's been doing for the past whatever. Curry is just starting.
And look at how that's ended up for him.
You can't use that against Curry. It's not his fault. He hasn't played in the league long enough. It's not his fault. Yeah. Okay, so
that's the thing though, is that's what I'm saying is the consistency within arguments is that they're going to be like pulling from here when it's convenient, but then pulling from over there when it's convenient. But you have to look at things linear like this. Is that the stats?
Yeah.
Right now, this season.
It's this. So unless you have a DeLorean that goes 88 miles per hour, and you could tell me in the future, Curry falls off next season or the season after. Yeah, we can't use that against him. Who's the best player in the league right now?
Right now, that's what I'm saying.
Stephen Curry. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
This is no bandwagon shit.
It's not.
Quit with the bandwagon thing. Did you know that every person that calls another person a bandwagoner is a bandwagoner? You're bandwagoning on calling people bandwagoners.
Just because the Warriors are doing their thing and they're the hot topic doesn't mean a reporter's a bandwagoner because they're reporting on what is the best thing in the NBA right now. You know, okay, we're talking about Curry a lot, but guess what?
Their job is to analyze things.
We're not going to talk about Isaiah Thomas in Boston. We're not going to talk about Lillard in Portland because the best thing literally in the NBA right now is the Warriors, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about. As much as LeBron is great and dominant, and I actually think the performance he put on in the finals was just
amazing.
Just like, what is happening? He doesn't change defenses and people's game plans like Curry does. I think that a coach can come into the game against LeBron and say, I got this good defender that sizes up well with him. I'm fine playing him straight up. But with Curry, it's like, oh, let's put Patty Mills on him. Oh, let's put Kawhi. Okay, how about Danny Green? Okay, let's double him off the pick. Oh, let's just not leave off him at all.
And I think that shows just how versatile Curry's
crazy.
game is. Like, the kid, because LeBron can score. Okay? And nobody's going to stop him either. Not Iggy, nobody. And he's going to score either on the block or by running through you, which is how he used to do it. And right now he can shoot. He's not as consistent as maybe I would hope that he would have been from shooting, but he can still make that shot like 9 out of 10 times. And with Curry, though, the guy can shoot the lay-in. He can drive around you. He can juke you first, dish, then get it right back, and then go. So fake the defense out. He can even shoot from fucking half court.
I know. A lot of people say about all these inflated points numbers, yeah, but he shoots a lot of threes. That's why he gets a lot of points. Guess what? Guess who else shoots a lot of threes? JJ Redick.
Yeah,
but he's not balling like that.
No.
Look, the best player in the league is Stephen Curry. There's not an argument right now. There isn't.
No.
Because look at the team record. He's on the best team, putting up the best stats, leading the league in scoring, and not as nearly as much minutes as whoever's in second, which is like James Harden.
He's leading the league in everything. The stats don't lie. End of story. Stephen Curry is the current best player of the game. So the next topic is the most recent Suicide Squad trailer. I saw it. You saw it. We're assuming that you saw it too. What'd you think about it?
So when we did the Batman v Superman trailer reaction, I hated it.
Yeah.
You liked it. And you were giving me points of why the trailer could have been bad. And one of your points was